headquarters of RT America in our nation's capital. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez. During this newscast, we're going to be taking you live to Hong Kong. We're also going to tell you about one of the most mysterious and shadowy figures in the entire Jeffrey Epstein saga, who happens to have deep and proven ties to the Israeli Mossad. Wow. But we begin with a real head-turner of a story. Scientists, first in Australia, then in Russia, and now in the United States and Canada, get this, are reporting strange sounds coming from outer space. I know it sounds wacky. That's what I thought as well when I heard the story for the first time. And of course, one can't help but immediately think of the famous book about this. Remember, Contact, written by none other than Carl Sagan, and then turned into a Hollywood blockbuster with Jodie Foster?
Detection of an unidentified radio source from deep space can neither be confirmed nor denied.
Whatever it is, it ain't local.
Position?
I checked interferometry somewhere in Lyra, I think.
Vega?
Can't be. It's only 26 light years away.
26 light years away. That was Hollywood, by the way. Good movie. What we're talking about now are real reports. Real reports released by acclaimed scientists, sourced by legitimate tech and scientific publications. What they say they are hearing is described as weird repeating signals. The technical term for this is fast radio bursts, FRBs. Here's, by the way, what they sound like. That's a pulsar, which is what an FRB, or frequent radio burst, sounds like to scientists. They've been picked up before, by the way, but never with such frequency as recently. And most of the FRBs seem to come from sources on the other side of the universe, billions of light years away. But in this case, one of the bursts, according to reports, appears to be much closer to Earth. So the obvious question is, what is creating these signals? There's a possibility that it's simply the formation of a neutron star that gives off this type of sound. Nobody's sure. Could it also be some form of communication, maybe intended for others, or maybe possibly for us? We're going to drill down on this because we find it every bit as fascinating as I'm sure you do here on the News with Rick Sanchez, where we believe it's time to do news again. Okay, here we go. The list of the questions we think you'll be asking tomorrow. What in the world, or maybe I should say out of this world, are those weird sounds from outer space? What were Jeffrey Epstein's ties to a Mossad agent who died mysteriously? That's a fascinating story. And why does it seem the whole world is focused on a rainforest fire in Brazil? You guys brought that one to our attention, by the way, but we're going to begin our A block tonight with some weird sounds that we've been talking about from outer space that are being captured by radio telescopes from different parts of the world, different scientists, different countries. So let's just get right to it. Here's RT correspondent Natasha Sweet with more.
Fast radio bursts have remained a mystery in outer space, but now scientists suddenly have a whole lot more data on the deep space signals. This is what a fast radio burst, or an FRB, sounds like. First discovered discovered in 2007, scientists say these fleeting blasts of radio waves originate thousands, millions, or even billions of light years away from Earth. These signals have shaped the way new telescopes are made, including the Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment known as CHIME. American and Canadian researchers recently reported 8 new sets of FRB detections that also repeat. 2 other bursts came from a Russian radio telescope and the other from Australia. Those 2 have been reported but not yet reviewed. So this has tripled the total number of bursts from 4 to now 12. Emmanuel Fonseca, a postdoctoral researcher on the CHIME FRB team, says before the CHIME came along, their research was very limited. Now they're able to at least see a few of the thousands of FRBs that travel in a day.
Most telescopes are not necessarily designed to detect and find fast radio bursts efficiently. Whereas CHIME, because it's this big surveying instrument, it's really sensitive, it stares straight up at the sky and the sky drifts overhead. All those parameters make it a really suitable instrument for finding fast radio bursts. So the main goal at the moment is to find as many as we can.
These findings were recently published on the archive site and submitted to the Astrophysical Journal. Scientists believe FRBs originate from sources on the other side of the universe. In the new paper, authors say it's possible repeating FRBs may actually originate near the edge of our own Milky Way galaxy, but scientists say more research is needed to have a better understanding on where the signal is coming from. Scientists say studying these FRBs will enable researchers to figure out what's throwing off these signals. They say it could be anything from neutron stars or extraterrestrial life. In Los Angeles, Natasha Sweet, RT.
Can you imagine? Reason enough